everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Advanced Learning Center. Please go through the playlist to know better about the videos in my channel. This is the disclaimer of my video. Please go through it. Today we will be discuss about the Communication Engineering 1 subject code 401. It is a 4th semester subject. And this question paper came in the year 2022 and in end semester examination of State Council for Technical Education Assam on all polytechnic examination. Contents of today's videos is see question paper 1 of 2022, solution of Communication Engineering 1 part A. First question is complete solution of question number 1, fill in the blanks. Complete solution of question number 2 to write true or false. Complete solution of question number 3, choose the correct answer. So this is the question paper and semester examination 2022 4th semester, subject code TT401, Communication Engineering 1, full marks is 70. It is 3 hours duration. So there are two parts, part A and part B. In part A, this is the compulsory part. There are 25 marks are there, and in part B there are several questions are there. Out of that, from 5 questions you have to attend. So there 45 marks is there. In first questions, fill in the blanks. There are 10 questions. In 10 questions you have to write in one word, fill in the blanks. So these are the questions. Question number 1. In question number 2 you have to write down the write true or false. So there is also 10 questions are there. So one by one questions will be discussed in our later slide. So here is also true and false. There are 10 questions. Next is third choose the correct answer. There are 5 questions. So 5 marks is there. So total 25 marks are there in part A. So this 25 I will cover. I will give the complete solution of this 24 marks. And this part B, there are 9 several questions are there. Out of that you have to attend. Student have to attend 5 questions. Each question carry 9 marks, total 45 marks. So here is also question number 5, 6, 7, 8. Then question number 9 and 10. So that means from 8 questions you have to attend any 5. Next, solution of question number 1. First question, fill in the blanks. In circuit which is used to produce the multiple modulation is called dash. The circuit which is used to produce the amplitude modulation is called modulator. The overmodulations occurred when the modulation signal voltage is dash than the carrier signal. So overmodulation means greater than 1. So greater than 1 means when message signal amplitude voltage will be greater than 1, then carrier signals, that overmodulation is take place. That means amplitude of the message signal is more than carrier signal. That means greater than. WBSC, double sideband suppressed carrier, is demodulating using low pass filter. So if you see the circuit diagram, double sideband signal is multiplied with the locally generated carrier signals. After that we have pass through the low pass filter. After pass through the low pass filter we get the message signal whatever seen in the sender. So that means after when you have passes through the low pass filter the DSB signals, then modulation is take place, demodulation is take place. The ring modulator is a dash modulator. Ring modulator generates a double sideband suppressed carrier signal. Lowest layer of the ionosphere is troposphere. If you see this this one, so here, so one ionosphere, then stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. So one of the bottom layer is the troposphere. So correct answer is troposphere. Changing in electric field gives rise to magnetic field. So as per according to the Maxwell hypothesis, changing electric field gives rise to the magnetic field. Elementary dipole is also called dash. That means elementary dipole is also called as elementary dipole, elementary duplet or horizontal dipole. Hertz Hertzian dipole. The radiation loop contains the direction of maximum radiation is called major loop. That means in radiation loop which layer contains the direction of maximum radiation, which is called the major loop. That means which contains the maximum radiations, that loop we call the major loop, and those who are less radiations, those are called the minor loops. So here side loops are there and main loop is there. That means in main loops there contains a maximum directions of radiations, and this right side is called the side loop or animal slit. Isotropic radiation is also known as omnidirectional radiation. That means in isotropic radiation means it can radiate the signals in all directions, so that's why it is called the omnidirection. The mode of propagation supported by a rectangular waveguide is TEM and TM mode. That means transverse electric and transverse magnetic. Write true or false. So second question, write true or false. Amplitude modulation is used for radio transmission in India. Yes, this statement is true. The useful power in AM is carried by carriers. So this statement is false. The useful power is carried in sidebands only. Dipole is a type of radiator. Yes, dipole radiates the energy, so that's why it is called the radiator. So this answer is true. Dominant modes is defined as mode with the lowest cutoff frequency. So this statement is true because dominant modes is defined as a mode of lowest cutoff frequency. The lowest mode of TM waves propagate in TM modes. So this answer is false because in TM modes there are only one mode is there, that is called the TM11. That means TM mode is unity, so and it is represented TM11. TM01 and TM10 does not exist in TMM modes. So TM does not exist, so that's why this statement is false. And for TE mode, TM10 and TE01 modes are exist. So lowest order in TE mode is TE10. Radio waves are a form of electromagnetic radiation. This statement is also true. A dipole antenna is also called as Hertz antenna. So this antenna is also called Hertz, and dipole antenna is sometimes also called as Hertz antenna. The beam width of half-wave dipole antenna is 90 degrees. So this statement is also true. Frequency in ultra high frequency range propagate by means of sky wave. So this statement is false because it is space wave, not sky wave. Ionosphere is the highest layer of the atmosphere. Yes, this statement is true because if you see here, ionosphere is the highest layer of the atmosphere. Choose the correct answer, write true and false. Which of the following are constant of the transmission line? In transmission line, which component are constant? That means resistance, inductance, capacitance, all of the above. So all of this, that means in transmission slide all are constant, that means resistor, conductance and inductance, that means all the lump elements RLC all are constant. An electromagnetic wire consists of both electric and magnetic field, an electric field only, a magnetic field only, none of this magnetic field. An electromagnetic wave consists both electric and magnetic field. We have seen in our earlier slide when electromagnets are propagated, it consists both electric as well as the magnetic field. So correct answer is 1. So what is the thickest layer of the ionosphere? F2, F1, D and F. So F2 is the thickest layer of the ionosphere. So option 1 is right. So the approximate height of the 4 layer is as follow. So first one is D layer is 65 to 70 km, from 0 to 75 km D layer, and E layer is from 0 to 100 km, and F1 layer is 0 to 170 to 190 km, and then F2 layer is 300 km at night and 250 to 450 at 450. So this is the thickest layer. F2 is the thickest layer of the ionosphere. Which antenna is used in TV? Folded dipole antenna, Yogi Uda antenna, monopole antenna, directional antenna. So Yogi Uda antenna are used for TV communications. The transmitted power is independent of the modulation index. So amplitude modulations, frequency modulations, phase modulations, none of them. The transmitted power is independent of the modulation index in amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation, and none of these above. So in frequency modulation, the transmit power is independent of the modulation index. If you have remember the transmitted power formula for the frequency modulation, there is no transmitted power is present. So that the transmitted power is independent in the modulation is not present. So transmitted power is independent of the modulation index in the frequency modulation techniques. So thank you for watching these videos. Please subscribe and like these videos, and kindly share with your friends who are doing diploma in electronics and telecommunication engineering of Assam Polytechnic colleges. So all years question paper, all subject question papers are solved here. So please subscribe and share with your friends, as well as if you record the board question solutions, so you also will be get. Please share with your friends. Thank you.